We're going to be walking through are the differences between spongy bone and compact bone. So both of these are types of bone found in different parts of the body, and they're structured differently to provide the correct amount of protection from different forces that are acting on our body. So I'm going to start with compact bone. So compact bone, what we have, so let's imagine I have one big bone here. Okay, and inside the bone, we have many, many rings. So think of it kind of like a circular forest, as it were. These rings are referred to as osteons. And inside the osteon, each osteon has a central canal. A central canal is going to contain things like blood vessels and nerves. Okay? And then around the outside of them, what you'll see is these rings. So again, really think we're looking at a forest of trees. These rings are referred to as concentric lamellae. What we mean by this is each ring has an opposite orientation of collagen. So we've got my central canal right here. The first ring will have the collagen kind of winding up in one direction all the way up the bone. So imagine it's winding all the way up the bone in one direction. Then the next ring just outside of it will be wrapping around in the opposite direction. Okay, so it kind of twists up like this. Right? Because if my arms were together, right, like this, it'd be really easy to, let's say, a knife chopped down, just it would break apart. But with these concentric lamellae, because they're twisted like this, even if I tried to chop down the middle, I could only go this far, right? I'm not able to break down. This allows for the compact bone to have really good ability to handle pressures and forces going up and down along the bone, right? So if I had this long bone right here and I had lots of my compact bone in the middle, right? This is going to handle the sorts of shock that are going up and down along that bone, right? But let's say I was trying to go at an angle, right? I had force at an angle, it is going to be more likely to damage it, right? If I'm chopping a tree, I usually do it along the side, right? So this is why if you fall forward, right, my forearm has that compact bone. If I fall forward at that weird angle, I'm putting pressure and I snap my arm. So then, we do still have those sorts of pressures. We do have pressures in different angles. So we also have what we refer to as spongy bone. Spongy bone is different in that we don't have this nice tree trunk structure. So let's kind of imagine, right? So we've got the ball of my ball and socket joint. I'll explain why that matters in a second. Inside, we have all of these crisscrossing bones, okay? Where it's still made with lots and lots of collagen and calcium, but we do not have the central canal anymore. We do not have the concentric lamellae. We just have more of a crisscross design. We refer to that crisscross of this winding collagen, the winding fibers, as the trabeculae. Right? Again, they're going to function the same sort of way in that the shock absorption is going to fall along where the collagen is laying. And so as you can see, it's going in all sorts of different directions, which means I can get pressure in any direction and I am less likely to fracture that, right? So if we're looking at the bone that I just drew down here, right, we've got the ball of my ball and socket joint, right? Because my shoulder, let's say like my shoulder, which is going to have a ball and socket joint, I'm moving my arm all over the place. I'm jamming it into walls. I'm running into things. And yet my arm doesn't break because in my joints, I have lots of external pressures. Okay? And we'll talk in some separate videos about how these form and how they are able to handle shock absorption. I hope this helps.